So I just want to go over a few things that Tara mentioned, as well as explain our adherency argument just a little bit further. So what she was saying, that it'd be currently illegal under the section code 42 U.S. Code 274E with the interstate commerce clause. That's why we set up our policy to be divided up by state, so that way we do not actually violate the interstate commerce clause, which would mean transfers through states. Instead, the organ donor system will be in-state, therefore not illegal under federal regulations. Also, to her black market, the black market claim, where if we have a system instead, it would not decrease the amount of organs. Actually, there's already many cases where the organs have been in place with Iran. Iran is currently the only country in the world that does not have a waiting list to receive organ transplants, and they're the only country that in place has a federal regulation on how the organ transplant system is. So obviously the black market has declined if they have no transplant waiting list and it's federally regulated. Also, there are many other situations where people have been able to purchase organs legally, such as the German anthropologist Professor Gunther von Hagen. Sorry, it's a German name. If I butcher the name, my apologies. But he has reportedly spent $1,500 on a sliver of a human head, $3,600 on a pair of smoker's lungs, and $185 for a slice of a human hand. These were purchased legally through his government from the mortuary, and it would help show his body while it's exhibited. And her next claim was people dying and waiting for with dialysis. But in Canada, where 4,000 people are waiting on the organ transplant list, and many are going to other countries, knowingly breaking their law just to save their lives, because obviously dialysis is not doing enough, and the country is making them wait. In Canada, where we have free healthcare, or we have 9,500 people currently waiting for kidneys in the U.S. from 2006, and that's 6,300 died that year waiting for these kidneys. Obviously, something needs to be done. The dialysis is not going to work, and the monetary cost of waiting dialysis is just 1 year. Having dialysis until the kidney is available would be the same cost as having the kidney transplanted and having anti-rejection drugs provided for that person's lifetime. So having a 4.5-year wait for dialysis is also the same cost as saving that person's life and paying for someone else's kidney and getting it to them immediately. Also, I do want to mention, she did go over how third world countries, they don't knowingly know what they're selling a whole lot of the time with their kidneys, such as the exploitation. But we aren't talking about third world countries. We're talking a policy inside the United States, if you listen to our solvency claim. So by focusing only on the United States, we already have national radio, the NPR publicizing this. We have a lot of education programs already in place explaining what human organs does, such as 2011, my apologies. Doreen Flynn took this to court, actually, and in the U.S. Appeals Court for the Ninth Circuit, they actually ruled in favor of her to be able to sell bone marrow to save a child's life, and the court set that price at $3,000. So there's already been steps in the United States through proper education, supporting with proper education of what the organs do and how much they should be sold for, and it's already turning tides that way. It's even going on in our universities. Dr. Amy Friedman, from the director of the transplant of SUNY Upstate Medical University, SUNY is an acronym, it's just up in New York, agrees, and she explains that compensation for organ donors' time and risk by providing life insurance, lifelong health care, and even direct monetary fee is appropriate for the donation of an egg, a rental of a uterus for a surrogate pregnancy, the participation in clinical experimentation, and even saving a life. And there's already a lot of human organs we can currently sell legally that are already going in place. The main laws are against the major functioning organs such as pancreas and kidneys. So we could already legally sell our eggs, sperm. You could rent out your womb for a surrogate pregnancy, plasma, bone marrow, blood, hair. These are all legal body organs under our definition earlier by the Merriam-Webster Dictionary of a functioning part of the body. So these are already organs that are being sold. And by setting up with our policy to keep in standard with the interstate commerce, we are providing the life-saving means to people to save their lives and give them the organs they need to keep alive. And this is based off of countries such as Iran, such as the Philippines, that have already had this solved years ago. I mean, in 1988, Iran solved this problem, and it's taking us almost 30 years to get on the same track as Iran, a country that we don't always look at it as our equal. I mean, to me, that's kind of scary on how the country that we go to war with and we hold in respect already has a national crisis solved long before we do. Thank you.